Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery. We're going to do a shooting video where I discuss Donald Trump winning the election. Okay, so I practice every night here shooting arrows, and while I shoot, I have the TV on. So I'll spin around. Car. I have the TV on, and I watch whatever I'm thinking about at the time. I'll put videos on. I like listening to debates, why people are thinking what they think. And leading up to the election, I'm going to just discuss. One of my friends is in the left party, and she was like, "This is a great thing, Kamala being nominated. She's going to be a great president. This is a great thing, right?" And I said, "I don't think it is." And I said, "I don't think it is because I don't think she's a good candidate." I said, "I don't think she's a strong candidate. I don't think she expresses her views on what she's doing and where she's wanting to go," right? And I said, "I think the Democrats have lots of good candidates, and what they've done is the party has put the person in who's likely to do as they're told," right? And I said, "I don't think that's a good thing for America," and right? I said, "I don't think it's a good thing for America. I think the Democratic Party should have votes on who they want to be the leader, and people should debate. And then you'd have people coming forth and debating. In fact, when Kamala ran, she was beaten by literally everyone in the Democratic Party, and still she was vice president, right?" Okay, so I said this is a bad thing for the Democrats. It's a bad look. And as you know, she lost, okay? Now, I watched lots of videos on who people are voting for and why. Okay? And it came through to me that if you own a small business, you probably voted for Trump. If you live in the country, you probably voted for Trump. If you work in a big city for a government agency, you probably vote Biden, right? Or Harris. If you are a multimillionaire, you're probably voting for Harris. If you're overweight, you're probably voting for Harris. And this is really interesting for me because there was a whole thing that if you were into personal fitness and health, I think the statistics were 80% of people who are into health voted Republican. And I watched a debate about this, and the idea was that if you believe your health is in your control, then you voted for non-government because you voted for you being in control of your life. And if you were the other way, then you voted the other way. So if you believe like the government will look after me, well, then you vote for the left, right? Anyway, leading up to the election, I thought Trump's going to win, okay? I was like, this is a joke. I thought, it's a joke that Harris is not talking. And when she talks, it's embarrassing. And I'm not having to go at my friends who are Democrats who love her. I'm not doing that. In fact, you probably think I'm right-wing because I own a business. And yet I worked in the public service for 20 years. And this is part of the problem. I don't know if I'm right-wing or left-wing. And when I go to America, people think I'm left-wing. And I had a debate with Pete Shipley from PSC on right-wing versus left-wing politics. And I come across as a communist, right? I literally come across as a communist. Because I believe in free education. I believe in free universities. I went to university, it was free. My university was free. And all my friends in America, I paid my universities in Australia when I went to universities, may have cost $12,000 a year, so it cost the government $36,000 to put me through university. I paid for my university degree in less than a third of 1 year of working in tax. So my tax, how much tax I pay, is exorbitant. It's crazy how much tax I pay. So it's not like you go, oh, you should pay your own university. No, I pay endless amounts of tax, right? And I believe you either work or you study or you do trade. You do one thing. You've got to be productive. So you're either learning to work, or working. That's what I believe, right? That may be communist, maybe left, right? I believe in free medicine, all right? I believe in free doctors. And I would even go one step further, and I said this when I was in health. I would recruit doctors into the health department. I would pay for them to go through university, and then I'd have them work for us for 10 to 20 years or 15 years. So we will give you a scholarship to go to university. We will pay for your university, and then you'll come and work for us for 10 years on this salary, right? Solves our medical problem of finding doctors. Solve our problem of finding nurses. And it's great for the students because you get university paid for when you're really broke and you're like, I can't afford to go to university for 7 years. You get kids in the country coming to study. At the moment, our universities to get doctors in is crazy. It's like you can be one of the top students in the state and not get into medical, but we can import you from India as a doctor and pay you $300,000 to come to Australia to be a doctor. It's just ludicrous. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. But I had these debates. I had debates that blood, when I worked in health, because we have a shortage of blood in Australia, we should pay people for blood. Give them free private health insurance, I said. That was my idea. It costs $2,000 a year for private health insurance in Australia, roughly. So if you donate blood so many times, you get free private health insurance. Saves the government, saves the blood problem, makes it good for you. And I was like, no, you can't do that. I got told you can't do that. So I don't know if I'm left or right? Anyway, I know what's wrong with the left in Australia. Freedom of speech. You are not allowed to oppose the view of the leader. You are not allowed to oppose the view of the party. In fact, when I wanted to talk to the left, the government who's in power now, I want to talk to my local member about an issue, they won't talk to you. They won't appear on camera. They will not talk to you. They will not respond to you. If you write to them, they do not respond back to you. It's bullshit. So the left can go stuff itself. So my friend in the left's party, if you want to belong to a party who is not open to free thought, go all for it, because it's bullshit. Shoot an arrow. Right, so Trump's running, and I'm watching videos on it, and I'm like, I think Trump's going to win. Now, I'm going to feel like a moron, and I don't gamble. I'm going to say I don't gamble, but I'm like, I'm putting $1,000 on Trump winning. And I said to one of my friends in America, he goes, I hope Trump wins. I was like, would you put $10,000 on it? He's like, oh no. And I'm like, well, anyway, I put $1,000 on Trump winning. Not because I wanted Trump to win, and I did want Trump to win, because I thought he was an insult. And I think the Democrats have got good people in their party, and a whole bunch of them moved to the Republicans. If that doesn't tell you all you need to know, then nothing does. And then the Democrats came after those Democrats. So, like, if you leave the party, then we're going to come after you and your family. That shows you what they're like. Anyway, so Trump wins. So I win my bet, right? So I'm like, yeah, I win $400. So I bet 1,000, I win 400, right? So I win $400. So at the time, I said to my auntie, who works for me, I said, I'm betting $1,000 on Trump, right? Her partner, who is right-wing and in the right-wing party, hates Trump, right? He hates his persona and all that. Anyway, I'm like, I think it's funny. I think he's a funny dude. Anyway, so I put $1,000 on because I think, well, if you've got conviction, I sit here and listen. If I don't bet, well, then I just look like a hypocrite, I think. Anyway, I put $1,000 on. Won $400. Okay, so you think that's good, right? Stephen, you won $400. Go out to dinner by yourself, right? Well, Trump ran on a crypto, and I'd say on a crypto platform, that he's going to support cryptocurrencies and make it tax-free, and there's a whole bunch of stuff with it, right? And a lot of the people he put into positions of power are pro-crypto people. And if you watch the Bitcoin conference, Trump presented at the Bitcoin conference. Kamala refused to present. RFK presented at the Bitcoin conference with his views on crypto. I've got a fair bit of crypto. Anyway, on the first day of Trump winning the election, my crypto went up, let's say, 10, 20,000. The next day it goes up another 10, 20,000. So it makes my $400 trivial. Anyway, it's been now a couple of weeks, and my crypto has gone up a lot, right? It's gone up a lot, and my people would say you should sell, right? You should sell it and buy a new car, right? I actually did the opposite. I sold my car and I invested in crypto. Because you gotta have conviction, and like it might be gambling, but I was like, so I sold one of my cars and I brought some crypto, and my crypto doubled. So effectively, I sold that car for double. Now I could have lost it all, right? But I think it's a thing. I think it's a new technology. I think it's a thing. And I watch endless programs on it and listen to people, the pros and for, while I shoot. Right? I listen to programs on health. I listen to programs on the environment. I listen to everything while I shoot. Now, when I was young, I invested money in shares. Okay? I invested, I'm not giving you financial advice. I invested money in shares. I've got shares in various companies. Okay? I've got shares in my bank. When I was 20, I bought my shares in my bank for, let's say, $20 a share. They're now $40 a share, 30 years on. You're like, that's pretty good. No, it's not. It's not good. Because houses have gone. The house in the suburb I lived was $60,000. And I've discussed this before. That house now would be worth $1 million. So it's gone up 10, 15 times. My shares have doubled in 30 years. It's terrible returns. I've had shares go broke. Big companies go broke. Companies rip them off. The owners ripped them off and they went broke. I've had some do okay, but like nothing great. There's nothing. I'm not getting rich off shares, right? I'm not. My houses have done okay. My properties have done okay because they've kind of kept up with inflation. They pay themselves off and they've done okay. But I'm going to say, I invested some money in crypto, and I've discussed this before. And this isn't a thing on crypto. This is just on Donald Trump. Donald Trump wanted to bring tariffs in. Okay? He was like, we're going to encourage more exports out of America and less imports. So what we're going to do is we're going to have tariffs. Okay, I did a video on tariffs. Now, the biggest car manufacturer is Tesla. Okay, they've got more. They're worth more than all the rest of the car companies put together. Now, Elon Musk says he envisages the top 10 car manufacturers in the world are going to be Tesla and 9 Chinese car companies. And I've been looking at buying an electric car, right? For whatever reason, not environmental reasons, just because I don't want to pay tax on my petrol, okay? And it's quiet. I like that. I don't like the dirt, and I live close to work, and I like the speed. The speed's cool, like silent. I like that. I've got big solar cells on my house here. I've got big solar cells on my work. I've got big solar cells in my holiday house, right? So I'm like, well, it doesn't cost me anything to drive. I think I'd like that. I like the tech. Anyway, the Chinese electric cars are amazing. Amazing. Equally better than Tesla, right? And I'm like, I look at them and it's amazing. And for me, it's like picking a bow. It's like archery gear. Because all the bows are good. You just got to buy one you like, right? This bow I shoot now is a Physics, and I've been shooting it for a number of years. Because I shoot okay with it. I like the grip, the limbs. I've never had a Physics limbs fail. No bow Physics limbs have failed. They've been bulletproof. And I sell a ton of limbs, right? And they're slightly better priced than others. And I'm going to say, like, you look at this finish. Like, look at this. It's amazing. And then my friend's got a Hoyt limb, and I look at that and I'm like, it's like, have you seen my limbs? And compare your limbs and my limbs. It's like, one's Chinese, one's American, apparently. Used to be the Chinese always had cheap stuff. But now the quality's gone the other way, and it's like, it's amazing stuff, right? So, anyway, the Trump tariffs. What's he going to do? He's going to put taxes on Chinese electric cars. So what's going to happen to Tesla? What's going to happen to the Tesla share price? Let me throw it up on the screen for you. Just in case you wondered what was going to happen with tariffs and what companies are going to benefit from the Trump tariffs. Tesla's going to benefit. Tesla's going to do great under the Trump tariffs. Ford is probably going to do okay. I don't know. I haven't checked Ford's price. I just think Ford's a bit disappointing is the word I'm probably looking for. They've just been not... It's just like it just missed the mark a little bit. And I really like some of the Ford cars, right? I really like them. It's just... Could be the dealer network. It could be something... It's just really disappointing. And it's not the disappointment you'll feel with the Mercedes, where you just feel like I'm getting ripped off every minute of the day when I own one. It's not like that. Nothing compares to owning a Mercedes as far as level of disappointment. I'll never own another Mercedes, and I own one back here because I've still got one left. But never, ever again. I'm never going to be ripped off like that ever again in my life. It's a joke. Okay, I'm going to also say I've gone up in limb strength. Because people say, why did you shoot this poundage? Because I want to get stronger. I want to get healthier. I want to do more cardio. I want to, how high can I go with strength? I don't know. But I'm going to do weights every night. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to run. I'm going to try and build up my shoulders. My shoulders, when I had the heart surgery, my shoulders took a beating. These just lost all the strength. It was terrible. I couldn't lift the boat. So every day I'm sitting here doing shoulder exercises to try and build up the strength of the shoulders and the back. I can start to feel the back now. The chest is rebuilding. I want to feel strong again, right? So that's why I build up my strength of the boat. Because feeling strong is a nice thing. Right, so Trump winning. So Tesla price goes up 50%. So if you've got shares in Tesla, like my sister, you're going... Right, so my $400 I made from the bet, I don't even know money anymore because Bitcoin and the cryptos I have are rising so fast. And they took a massive hit today, right? And when I say they took a hit, they're still like, I'm still up a lot, like a house lot, like a whole house. But I just sit there and just see what happens, you know? See what happens when Trump gets in, when he gets into power, see what the people in the system do, listen, and make good decisions is my advice. And I'm going to say work, right? Like for me, I work, and let's say I make $400 a week, I invest it. And then if my investing doubles, well then instead of earning $400 a week, if my investments double, then instead of earning $400 a week, I've earned $800 a week. If they triple, then instead of earning $400 a week, I've earned $1,200 a week, and so on, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Right, so I'm going to say that friends in Australia would largely vote for Harris and support Harris and not support Trump, okay? And I believe it's because our media is very one-way biased, right? And if ever you listen to people on who they vote for, whether it be Trump or Harris, the key thing over everything else is, do you watch TV? And which TV station do you watch? Because I'm going to say propaganda, brainwashing, telling people what they want to hear and telling you what they want you to do absolutely works. Right, let's get down to the target and have a look how those arrows are. So, my ends here, I generally shoot 15 arrows. I didn't shoot 15 that end. We'll just go up and have a look how they are. I generally shoot 15 end arrows. And the reason I shoot 15 arrows is because when I started off shooting recurve, my first 2 arrows were good, my next 2 were okay, my last 2 were crappy, right? I was fatiguing as I shot 6 arrows. So by shooting 15 arrows in an end, like I just did, I don't fatigue up to 6. So I'm building up my strength and my shoulders and stuff. If you're starting off and you're struggling as far as pulling back the bow, and you can't shoot 6, don't shoot 6. Shoot 5, shoot 4. Let your muscles recover, and then basically build it up over time. So I shoot 2 lots of 15, so that's 30. That's an indoor round, and then I repeat. Okay, that's my routine, and I'll go and do cardio. I'll go and do gym work. So, or I'll edit this video. But I generally do cardio every day because I want to improve my lung capacity. I generally do weights every day because I want to strengthen my shoulders and chest, because this still hurts here, so I'm trying to build this up slowly. And back, so I'm trying to build all these muscles to support the archery. Okay, let's go and see how the arrows are. Okay, so let's talk about when you see people do YouTube videos and stuff like that. So when you see people do YouTube videos and shoot 300 meters and hit a little target, that is not realistic, and they've shot lots of arrows to make that happen. Okay? Now, let's just talk. We're shooting 80 meters here. I've shot a few 10s, a few 9s, slightly high, and one down here. Now, I obviously do something when I shoot down here, and I'm going to discuss stuff. People will say, well, you did this or you did that to shoot a low arrow. I don't know what I did. Okay? I know if I release slowly with my fingers, the arrow will go on the right of the target. If I pull my hand away from my face when I release, it'll come to this side of the target. So I'm all about trying to get this off quickly, right? If I change my hand pressure, it'll go high or low, okay? But I tend not to worry about much stuff. I just want to shoot volumes of arrows to try and repeat the same shot all the time to get consistency. Because if you sit and worry about every arrow you shot, oh, did I do this, did I do that? No, just shoot arrows. Just shoot, and then over time try and fix stuff, right? So I'm shooting 18 meters. Now, when I started shooting 18 meters, I know this video was about Trump, but I do shooting videos, so when I started off, let's say I shot 230 out of 300 indoor, 18 meters on a 40 centimeter target. I don't know what I shot, but it's something like that. Then I built it up to 240, and then I built it up to 250, and then I built it up to 260. 260 was pretty competitive in the state out of 300 for thing. I think the first time I won the state championship, it was with a score of maybe 267. Since then, people have got better, right? I'm going to say people have got better because there's more competition. They're shooting more. Everyone's shooting more arrows, so the scores are going up. So when I was here just shooting every night, I was shooting more than everyone else. So I scored more than everyone else. And now I've got kids shooting 200 arrows a night, kicking my ass. So the thing is to shoot more arrows. Okay, so if ever you hear me say, shoot more arrows, get better results, work harder, get better results, that's what I mean. I'm happy with this. If I can shoot, so here shooting, some nights I shoot 270s, some nights I shoot 280s, the other night I shot 289. 289 was the second best score I've ever shot. At Nationals, I've done a mid 280s, like 284 or 285 or something like that. So at Nationals in competition, 284s, 280s is about what I shoot. So I can fluctuate. I could shoot a 260. I haven't, but I could. And what I'm saying, basically, just put down the volumes and expect that your scores could vary from this to this, and you hope for this. So I hope that one day I'll shoot a 290 in competition. And the way I'm going to shoot a 290 in a competition is by practicing lots and building it up and shooting 290s in practice. Now, many of my top scores have occurred in competition. So when you hear people say it doesn't matter what you shoot at home, that's bullshit. I'm going to say I've shot 2 300s in my life with a compound. One was at home by myself, and one was at the national championships. The only 2 300s I've ever shot. So one was at the national championships, which I think I won, and one was at home. They were the only 2 300s I've ever shot. I shoot better in competitions generally than I do at home, because at home I'm generally flowing, and I can shoot worse in competitions because of the pressure, sometimes the light. But it's just the numbers. And when I say it's just the numbers, my scores vary from here to here. And sometimes in competition I shoot there, and sometimes I shoot there. Maybe I was just feeling it that day. But it's just as likely I can have a bad day like I have at home. And I'm never hard on myself when I shoot a bad day, because I'm like, well, it might have been bad weather, I might not be able to see, because my scores are in there, they're in this range. So I do hope for a good day at a competition, and I'm like, yes, when it all comes together I feel good. But when it doesn't, I'm like, oh, I'll just go keep working. But overall, my scores, I'm going to say last few nationals, my scores have been the same. So the last 3 nationals, I think I've shot the same scores, but that's recovering from heart surgery. So hopefully next time they will be better, because I'll be physically stronger, my back will be working, I'll be stronger cardio, so my heartbeat will be lower. That's my aim for next nationals, that I'll be stronger, fitter, healthier, and I can shoot a better score. Okay, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. That's my thing on Trump. So crypto's done great, Tesla's done great, there's going to be a whole other bunch of other shares who have done great, because tariffs are going to be good for companies that make stuff in America. It's going to make more companies make more things in America. So it's going to cause companies that are making stuff overseas to bring stuff into America. So those companies are going to do well. There'll probably be incentives to do that, and so those companies are going to probably do quite well. So if you're into investing, that's stuff to watch for. For me, I'm going to do a whole video about what I'll do if I get rich from crypto, and when I talk about rich, what's rich. That'll be in another video, because that's all I want to talk about. Trump got in, and I think he put together an amazing cast of people around him, which is, I find, fascinating, because many of those people would criticize him before, and he just takes them all on board. It's like, he's like, look, I'll take you on because you're smart people. I want to be surrounded by smart people, which is very, very interesting to me. But anyway, I'll leave you there. And just remember, the more you shoot, the better you'll shoot. The more consistent you'll be, the stronger you'll be. And doing weights and running and exercising all helps, and eating a good diet. I can't stress enough about eating, like, I consume vitamins and stuff, which I find really help me. Gets rid of my knots and aids in my healing. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching. Bye.